Spicy, tasty vegan cuisine. Yeah.
This is a wonderful conversation with Dr. Joe and his beautiful wife, Mama Nasira, on Sambian's VIP magazine and TV. I remain Tony Mikel Howard, your own son and brother, who is tasked with the responsibility of speaking on social, moral, economic, and political issues. Tonight, we're talking about Healthy Way Foundation here in the Republic of the Gambia by two African Americans. Doctor, when last were you hospitalized?
I've never been hospitalized. And I'm almost 70, and I really thank her for this. And I try to keep it very simple. You know, if you're a man and you want to live a long time, I'd suggest you get somebody that can cook the right food. Because if you don't, your life is going to be okay. So I really enjoy living. So I've been blessed. I have the best vegan chef on the planet. My job is to serve and to protect, not just her, but for others, protect others from themselves if they try to do it wrong. And I work for food.
Doctor, you're almost 70 years or so, and you say you've never been hospitalized.
No.
Yeah, he's never been
What's the
hospitalized.
secret? I want to know.
He's a cancer. Cancer is the ruler of the stomach. Astrology, we know.
Yeah, so that's a great motive. So if you're eating the right food, then you are going to stay away from certain problems. We had the, I don't want to call it misfortune, because everything works out for the good at the end of the day. But to see your relatives that have had heart attacks, strokes, gout, baldness, going blind, you know, because of what they were eating, and they didn't know. So when we became aware of that, we wanted to help as many as we could. That's why this young lady started serving food to people. When I met her in the library because I was checking on my music. Because people love my music so much, they would borrow it and not return it.
Doctor, are you saying that a certain kind of food that you eat, the wrong kind of food that you eat, could possibly serve as a catalyst for blindness?
Yes, sir. Diabetes? We'd be walking to the side, leaning up against the wall and everything else.
The food has a
It's
lot
the
to do with
food.
it.
It is the food. What you eat is what you're going to be. And look, it doesn't matter. You can have the best food in the world. But if you're preparing it with contaminated water, that's why we have multi-pure filtered water here. So we filter.
Try it out.
It's good
And it's
water.
like too beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah, we really.
I come back to you quickly. This is a very strange thoughts, but a very beautiful one, because too many young people are eating the wrong kind of food. Perhaps even Mika Howard, he just buys whatever he wishes to buy, and he eats that once he's hungry. There are a lot of young people seated on the sound performances here in Liberia, Ghana, Nigeria, live on Facebook here. What do you have to say to these young people? That some of them, they don't even stay with their parents, and some of them are students in boarding institutions, and once they find themselves outside, whatever cash they have in their pocket, buy whatever food they want to eat, and that is it. How do you change such mindset from the lifestyle they've known for a very unbearable period of time?
Okay. Mama, please.
I would suggest in the schools, the Gambia reminds me of San Francisco back in the 1960s when our parents left the South. I was born in San Francisco.
Francisco. So we were just beginning to, have schools, where it was all of us. Our parents worked in the schools. They worked in the cafeterias. So the food that we were eating was pretty similar to our type of food, based on, whatever economics. It has to go back to the schools. Like, I would like to have a school here in the Gambia and abroad, because I raised my children, as I had mentioned earlier, to be intelligent, smart, and have to go through challenges, but still you stay on the path, of striving, to be the best you can. That's the way I like to see the Gambians. When I'm also training chefs here, and I've trained over 50 so far in 3 years. And now we're beginning to seem like I have a really nice, wonderful group. They're not just Gambians. They're Gambians, Sierra Leone, Nigeria.
Do you have Liberians? Do you have my people too?
I had one. He was a carpenter out here. He was helping.
Okay.
Yeah. So we've been just having. Because I'm thinking now, like in America, when you marry, you're not marrying somebody just because they're like you. You marrying them because you're on the same level of consciousness. Like my sons, they've married outside of Black Americans, and I know it's not a bad thing, but it's because of the way I educated them. Their environment. Is a little bit more expansive, as you know yourself.
Of course,
You look like a very intelligent young man. You look
Thank
like
you.
one of my sons.
Thank you.
I really appreciate when you came in. I knew also this is one.
So you
my
now
son,
got your fourth child,
my
right?
son-
There. You say you got 3 sons, so you got 4.
I have 4. I have
That's a
plenty
full
of
child.
children.
Come in.
They come in. They're not my own biological children, but all the children are mine. I'm even taking care of. I hired a chef, and her 2-year-old baby comes too. And that was not easy for me because I'm very strict. And she's been here 3 months, and now we can communicate.
Okay.
Because I see a baby, the way I feed her. She eats the oatmeal, she eats the quinoa. Now, this child, she's going to be powerful because of the food that I'm giving her, fruits in the morning. Before she eat, that's what I did for my children. Because when I got sick, by the time I had children, I had already lived on my own 7 years. And I already had a structure in my house. It was like this. By myself,
Dr. Joe,
Yes.
how do you change the mindset of these young people that involved in eating junk foods in the street? One of you.
Well, one of the things you do is bring to their attention why they are seemingly attracted to this. The scientists found out a long time ago, you take 3 ingredients and you use it in all of those things, you'll have the same result. It's called sugar, salt, and grease. Sugar, salt, and grease is in all junk food because when you eat it, it goes into the endorphins, your pleasure centers in your brain. That's why you can have someone as big as this couch eating ice cream and they just as happy as they want to be, okay? So once you understand what you are up against, then you can begin to combat it. In other words, we're talking about information. That is why Mom and I are here. For instance, here in the Gambia, when we saw young men drinking tea out of a shot glass, we didn't know. We later found out it was a tire. Then when I found out that it had so much sugar in it, and sugar, like I was going to tell you before, some of the white things that you say goodbye to because it's addictive. It's taken from its raw natural state and isolated, which makes it a drug. That is why when people stop drinking it, they get a headache. So Mom and I looked at, well, let's just give them some alternatives. Number one, if you were to take the Never Die or moringa seed, take it out and chew on one of these and drink your attire without the sugar, it will be sweet and effervescent. Number 2, you take your date, tadangarin, I'm saying it wrong, but the dates. You can take your dates, cut them up, put them in warm water, make them into date syrup. You can make your syrup with that, okay? You can also use your local honey. In America, Mom and I did not touch the honey there because the air was bad. And because the air was bad, the bees were sick. And we did not want no honey from sick bees. But here, you're blessed with not having that. Now, you do have to look out for some of those people, and I bless them, that put white sugar in it in order to expand the quantity to try to make more money. Once you understand the difference, it's cool. And the other thing, since you have the best soil in the world, you have the best tea in the world grown, so why would you be buying tea in a box from somebody that don't love you? So those are some of the things that we bring out just on a local level to help people. Number 2, instead of gum, get you some hard coconut.
Well, cinnamon sticks are really good, and cloves. What they call it?
Wampoli. It's a cloves.
Okay.
The cloves. I was trying to say it in the Wolof way, but I'm just not that great.
You getting this is a very interesting conversation here tonight with Dr. Joe and his wife, Mama Nasira. And right now it says that you got a 4th son here, Tony Mikel, right now.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful conversation and a strange information, beautiful one, something that can change your life forever. It's about your life. It's about your today, it's about your tomorrow, it's about Africa, it's about young people. So, see, telling the sound of the voices, it's a beautiful opportunity for us. I come back to you. This your philosophy here is an absolute revolution to change the dynamics of how young people think and how young people eat. And I describe it as a happy sorrow. Happy in the sense that you're providing vital information that have the possibility of changing lives. By the same token, you're teaching young people that they don't need to be hospitalized when they eat the right kind of stuff. Do you know very well that you are more or less a bad news to pharmaceutical companies that live in hospitals?
Well, I feel that it's okay because in the library profession, I also study the medical part of it. And I remember one of my professors, he was saying, with the internet, Ned Life or something, you can go to that site. He said it's very important to be able to know what the doctor is doing at all times. Why should you go in ignorantly, not knowing, and having some kind of knowledge of your body? And that can also help your doctors, because I remember when I had a knee condition, and as a vegan, I wanted to have my blood checked. And when he checked it, he said my hemoglobin was kind of low. So I said, well, what should I?
Which word did he use?
Hemoglobin.
What was that?
That has a lot to do with your, how can I say? It has something to do with your immune system. It's kind of low. In other words, not eating any meats. So what I had to start eating more of was seaweed. Seaweed is better than any meat, any fish, because the fish eat the seaweed out of the sea.
Okay.
So I had a nurse colleague. She was the one Chinese. She brought me bags of it, and after 6 months, when I gone back, it was up. And the doctor said he didn't really know what to do. He said it was up to me to find out. So sometimes doctors, they really start to respect you, because some of them will tell you, if my other patients were like you, it would make my job easier. So it's not easy for them when they have to always administer medication and not sure what you're doing. They don't know everything about you. And then when something happens, they have to deal with it. So, it is important for us.
But commercialized medical institutions are not going to be impressed with your philosophy, because it's going to sway a lot of people away from buying drug when they are informed by the kind of food that they need to eat to avoid hospitals.
Mr. Howard,
Yeah.
what I see this is a wonderful opportunity. It's a wonderful opportunity because for one of the first times it's just being brought out that if you are a person of melanin, which is really copper and carbon that makes electricity, that your body is going to be different from a European's.
Okay.
Your bones, your density, your bones is going to be 10 times stronger than that of a European. Which means your hemoglobin is going to be different. The white cell count is going to be different. You have more veins than they. They have more sulfur and ammonia salt in their bodies. That's why when they get wet, they give off the smell. And that's why they can be in places that are too cold for us and they're warm, because we are different. They have more worms and parasites to break down and digest things. So we have to eat food different because our bodies are different. What is the opportunity? Well, right now at this point, all of the medication and everything is based on a white European body. Well, now that the truth is out there, we should look in terms of the standard for people of color. And at this point, what we have is your medicine is your food and your food is your medicine. The things you should stay away from are the acid type of things. And the acid type of things, you can feel what they are. You can already tell it's going to be something that's been bleached from its natural color. And those are the white things. Those are the white sugar, the white salt, the white flour, the white bread, the white rice. If it's white, say good night, run. Even caffeine is white when you're isolated. So those are things that are acid, including meat, it's acid, which means for our bodies to be able to digest it, we have to take the minerals from our bodies itself to neutralize that acid. And over a period of time, your bodies get weaker. That is why people that eat meat and those acidy things, they get weak bones and they fall and they break their hip. because it comes down to diet. So once
And
again,
also, I want to interject
an
too.
opportunity.
The thing of it is too, we are now in that time of change.
Because doctors are now changing. You know, I've been doing a little research on that.
Okay.
And for those that are not, and that, I mean, we're all in this together. It's not just the doctors. I mean, he's just a professional
Yeah.
in his field, like I am in ours.
Yeah.
So this is a time where my husband used the word dog shit. And people, if they're not gonna follow a system and try to change themselves, they're gonna perish. And I mean, you hear about what's going on in the news about, you know, around the world with China and all of that, and then also in the U.S. and various places, is because that's what time it is. They said 100 years ago, and I think in Mexico, or one of the South American countries, there were a lot of deaths, thousands. Well, that's where we are now. You know, and if you're not, it's the old saying, if you're going to drink the Kool-Aid, then that's it. And another thing I wanted to interject, what we have to do as black people throughout the world, we have to not depend on eating other people's food. All the other nationality of people, when they move to the U.S., the Arabs and all of them, they have even if it's meat, it's halal or whatever, but that's their food.
In essence, you're saying that whatever Michael eats, he must read about it. He had to check to ensure that it's good for his body. In the absence of that,
Until
he should put it in his mouth.
you can grow it yourself. If
You have to find out a way to know what you're eating.
Okay.
You know, even to the point, like I order a lot of things on Amazon. I'm pretty close to the sellers because I'm looking at a health food store here because it costs me a lot to ship it in. So I may as well ship it in and sell it, you know, for small amounts because I'm giving it away most of the time. So this is something I want as a health food store here in the Gambia. And once I do it here, then I should be able to do it like franchising, corporations. You know, co-ops. When people work for me, they get something from it too. That's why I buy these appliances, Vitamix, food processors, juicers. I'm teaching them how to use these appliances so that they can develop, you know, into higher technology when it comes to this food. You know, I made a smoothie today. To be honest, the smoothie and that quinoa and the fruits and things, I haven't really eaten anything since. Just drinking water. It's because all of that I put in my body has all the nutrients in it. And that's why I keep my weight down.
Okay. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. You've been listening to the conversation on Symbiance VIP Magazine, VIP TV in the Republic of the Gambia. We've been talking to Dr. Joe and Mama Nasira, a family that have a foundation called Healthy Ways Foundation here in the Gambia from the United States of America. We're going to take leave of you shortly. What are your final words for young people, Dr. Joe?
My final words, I am proud of the young people of the Gambia. I've been here. I've seen a spirit. I've seen a resilience. I've seen fire in their eye. It is as if all they need, as I said, just a little tweaking. And that tweaking will come by them changing their lifestyle. Because when they start to eat better and they know and can identify the local things here and also empower the people that are growing these things. That is why we have the Healthy Ways, so we can work on things like refrigeration units for the women growers so that food can sustain longer, they can get more out of it. We're looking at many other things here in the Gambia, and we'll present that to everyone later because we've made an extensive list. But right now, for this moment, we're just introducing you and letting you know what we're here for. It's a revolution without firing a shot. It's changing the way people eat, and it changed the way they think.
Beautiful words. Mama Nasira, what are your final words?
Well, my final words is that I'm really happy to be here in the Gambia. I'm actually doing a lot of things in terms of I'm working for myself. And when I work for myself, that means I'm using my little money and I'm hiring people who are interested in learning how to prepare this food. Some people, you know, may pay a fee if they have a restaurant or guest house and they want vegan food. You know, they can come in and pay and they can enhance their schools.
or their homes or their hotels. We want people to just come and learn so that they can do some of these things to make them healthier.
That's beautiful. That's the voice of a Dr. Joe and his beautiful wife, Mama Nasira, on the conversation with Sambian's VIP magazine and TV. It has been Tony Nick and Howard. Just before we take leave of you, we want to look at a few people that are following us here on Facebook. That's Alexander Lakazet, Ibrahim Asize, Kasarachin Natasha of Nigeria. We say greetings to you, one them all the way there in Abuja too. Jerry Voniga, my boy, all the way there in Moscow, Russia. These are people who are following the conversation. Gabriel dear from Liberia. These are young people who have taken the time out. My brother and friend Omar Malmo Jr. from the UTG, and my Binti Hoda from Freetown, Syria, and residing in Gambia. Thank you so very much for following this conversation. The key points that I got from them here tonight is we need to choose the kind of food that we eat. We need to read about them. Until you have an adequate understanding of the kind of food that you want to eat, don't put it in your mouth. Run away from there, because what? The kind of food you eat determines how you think, how you speak, or how you live, and things like that. It has a possibility of reducing your life. It has a possibility of increasing your life. You heard these people say they haven't been hospitalized in a long time. Dr. Joe says he's never been hospitalized. His wife has been hospitalized once, and she's 66, and he's close to 70, if not 70. Beautiful experience on the conversation here on Sambian's VIP magazine or TV. This is Tony Maker, your brother, who is tasked with the responsibilities of inspiring and motivating the current generation of young Africans in the actualization of their respective dreams, as well as speaking on social, moral, economic, and political issues. To our Liberian followers, Nigerian, Sierra Leone, wherever you are, in Africa and outside Africa, we say thank you so very much to the world. We say Jeff to the Mandinka, we say Abaraka Baka, to the Pera people, we say Kasei Adama, to the Igbos in Nigeria, we say Dalo. Thank you so very much. If you like, follow us. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Spicy, tasty vegan cuisine. Yeah. Spicy, tasty vegan cuisine. Yeah. Spicy, tasty vegan cuisine. Yeah. Spicy, tasty vegan cuisine. Yeah. Spicy, tasty vegan cuisine. Yeah. Spicy, tasty vegan cuisine. Yeah.